Only on KCCI, Governor Reynolds weighs in on water quality in central Iowa.
2 weeks ago, Central Iowa Water Works issued its first ever lawn watering ban for its roughly 600,000 customers, citing high nitrate levels in both the Des Moines and Raccoon Rivers.
KCCI chief political reporter Amanda Rooker asked the governor about the situation and what the state can do to improve it.
We're working on maybe an opportunity to help us remove some of the salt or the nitrate that comes out when they're filtering the system. That's kind of slowing down the process just a little bit. So we're looking at a couple different things that we may be able to do to help the process move forward. You know, it's Iowa, Mother Nature. We have extremely dry weather, no rain, and then we get deluged with rain. And so we're just seeing some of the outcomes from some of that. We've been working on this for a long time. We're an ag state. Of course, we feed, the world. We provide 10% of the nation's food. We'll continue the conservation practices. We'll continue to make it a priority as we have throughout my administration, and we'll continue to look for just innovative ways that we can help make sure that we have the water quality that Iowans deserve.
Weather is certainly a part of it. A report that was commissioned by the Polk County Board of Supervisors recently found that nearly 80% of the nitrates that are in the Des Moines and Raccoon River are directly tied to agriculture. Obviously, agriculture, as you mentioned, it's foundational to our state. It's foundational to our economy. So how do you balance protecting that sector and encouraging innovation in that sector?
Well, we are doing it.
But it is a problem that's continuing potentially to get worse, is
well,
it not?
But I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, it ebbs and flows. A lot of it has to do with weather, as I just said. So we have a report that they did not that long ago that said that it actually was going down. So we were having some positive impact from that. There is a cost to those inputs, and so farmers are not being extravagant. They're not overusing. They're putting on the least amount that they can to be able to grow the crops and get the bushels that that they're aiming for, but they're also doing it in a responsible manner.
Is the state tracking how much animal waste is being put on the land?
That's a question for Secretary Neg.
But do you think the state should be tracking that? When we're seeing studies that say nitrates are directly tied to agriculture, should we be tracking that?
It's also a good use of it when you drill it in, so there's different ways that we can handle that. So I'm sure that they are in some manner, but we're an agriculture state, and we want to do everything we can to make sure that we're driving water quality.
And chief political reporter Amanda Rooker also asked the governor about her decision to veto a bill restricting the use of eminent domain in Iowa. You can watch the full interview on KCCI 8 News Close Up. That's Sunday morning at 10:30 here on KCCI.